Hello and welcome to Maxton Foods Inside Track. Great couple of weeks in Brisbane here. The weather is beautiful as it always is around this time of year in spring. Footy finals and plenty going on. I hope your team's doing well. And if they're not, then better luck next year. But a lot going on in the dairy industry. So we'll start with whole milk powder. With whole milk, it's been a good start to the New Zealand season. So milk in both the North and South Island up on last year's August figures. So a great start, some really good volume going through the dryers. But demand has met that supply. So pricing crept up last night on the GDT, as expected with general sentiment. But it is very promising for the market with demand outstripping or continuing to outstrip supply. So pricing remaining firm. Because of the good start to the season, we will see some more volume come through on whole milk powder over the next few GDTs. So it'll be interesting to see whether that North Asian, Southeast Asian and Middle Eastern demand holds up. But for now, things are looking quite positive for whole milk powder. Moving across to skim milk powder, another positive result on the GDT last night. If we look at it regionally, non-fat or skim out of the US still in good demand domestically, so pricing holding up there. In Europe, the blue tongue very topical at the moment, so blue tongue disease really affecting milk output in Europe at the moment, which is sending sort of waves throughout the global market and keeping pricing quite firm. So we've seen that decrease in milk out of the EU, which is really putting pressure on the other regions like New Zealand and the US to support that global demand. In New Zealand, it's another positive result from skim as well. So good for the New Zealand and Australian processors at the moment, with skim pricing being firm and looking to be firm across the next 2 to 3 months. Moving across to butter fat. So butter fat, we've had a reasonably flat butter results on the GDT over the last since July. I say flat, but very firm in price. So it has sort of been the new norm for the last 3 to 4 auction results. So some good demand. We know of the hot demand for EU butter fat. So a lot of manufacturers still short in the EU. So that once again creates pressure on all the other regions and keeps pricing firm. So with the outlook of milk being down in both the US and the EU, and butterfat still in great demand, especially this time of year leading up to Christmas, there's nothing to suggest that butter pricing will go down. So we're looking to see a pretty firm outlook on butter through to the end of Christmas. If we move over to whey powder on the sweet whey side of things has seen an increase, good demand or better demand for the feed market in China, and general demand across the board globally has meant that we've seen a slight lift in sweet whey powder globally. Proteins, still off the charts, still some really firm demand globally. So WPC supply has been down out of the States and demand has been hot. So seeing some above 5-year average pricing on PC, and WPI even a hotter commodity at the moment. So WPI pricing at record highs as well. Where the top is on that market, no one really knows. Have we reached it, or is there more to come? All we know is that supply will still be quite diminished over the next 2 to 3 months. So if demand holds up, we'll still see that high pricing well into Q1 of 2025. Cheese market, a lot similar to the butter market. EU down on supply, demand good leading into Christmas, so pricing high. The US down on milk as well. So export demand for US cheese is quite high at the moment. So pricing is also high. The NZ and AU cheese market seems to be quite firm as well. So we have seen that in the doldrums over the last sort of 6 months, but pricing has increased on NZ and AU cheese. So things looking a little bit more optimistic for that market here in Australia, NZ. As a general summary, yeah, because of that, the milk constraints in the EU, the blue tongue situation in the EU, the US heifer numbers being down, yeah, we do see sort of pressure on milk supply, and therefore people leaning to New Zealand, Australia for global supply of whole milks, cheese, butter. So hence seeing that continued firm pricing. Where that will lead is obviously the $5 million question, but I still believe that pricing will remain firm well into Q1 across most of the commodities for that reason. Thanks very much for listening to today's Inside Track. Be kind to yourself and one another, and we'll see you again in a fortnight. Thanks very much.